Okay, here I am going out to my backyard. So one of my subscribers asked me if I would please do some photos of my backyard. So I thought I'll take a little video. So you'll see that everything is a work in progress. I only started this garden last spring. Everything you see at this moment here was not here other than that huge tree over there, that big, big evergreen tree. There was actually a small, very messy little plum tree that I took out of the corner on the left and replaced it with a lovely magnolia. But anyway, getting back to the trip through the garden. When we first come out, I have my little Buddha fountain here and some ferns that I just brought in from the front a couple days ago. As you see, I have all my tools here because I'm too old and my body is worn down and well used, so I don't put everything away every time I use it because I'm working out here every day. And over to the left here is my little table and chairs, and to the left there is just an area for some other storage items, and my little uni pizza oven that will make 10-12-inch pizzas, and I still haven't used that, and Lord knows when I will, because we have a real problem here right now with a big fire. So going around here, there's my little barbecue and my beloved wheelbarrow that I cannot live without. And then there's some potted tomatoes there, which are not doing well this year at all. And then I'll go around the garden this way, and I hope I'm getting everything right. I tried to do this yesterday, and suddenly the camera went black on me, and I couldn't see what I was shooting. So this is a little bed that I'm working on. I just started this bed last spring, and this year I've been doubling the size of it. And you can see I have a lot of irises that are no longer in bloom. And then coming around here, I've got some shade impatiens and some primroses. And then over here, I have a Japanese maple that I brought from the other house, and some hydrangeas and other shade, semi-shade plants. And there's the wonderful magnolia tree that has the most magnificent purplish pink flower in the spring. And that's a sun hosta there. And then there's my grandmother's favorite rose, the peace rose, and my lovely Kuan Yin statue here. And let's see, and then these dahlias just came up within the last day or two. I'm going up and down because I can't see if the camera's getting them. And I had a plant down here. Let's see if I can get over here, if I can see better here. Well, maybe I can. I have some hostas back here that I just planted this year. That echinacea is new. In fact, I just had to move it because when these dahlias came up, they were like 5 feet tall, and I didn't think they would be that big. So, and then we have a penstemon here, which the hummingbirds love. And then I have more of the, let's see. Oh yeah, I have a Shasta daisy back there. That actually was here. That was one of the plants that was here. So, but everything else they took out, and they had a lot of plants here. This is the bigger bed that I enlarged this year. And there's a rose getting ready to bloom. And let's see what else we have here. Lots more irises that are no longer blooming. Oh, and that's a red flower, and I forget the name of it. But the hummingbirds will love that. And then I've got these lovely pink zinnias that I've been planting every year at my other house as well as here. They do very well in this hot, dry climate. And this is another plant here. I think it's a type of a blue sage, and the hummingbirds love that one as well. So then we'll come back here, and I hope I'm getting all of this in. That's another lovely heirloom rose blooming back here, and some more. There's some not lilac, that's lavender hiding back there. And then I have the 2 climbing roses, which aren't blooming right now because it's been too hot. And I'm trying to get out here quickly before the smoke comes in, because we have a 8,000 acre or larger fire north of us, and in a couple of hours all that smoke is going to be down here. So let's see, this is another beautiful, beautiful heirloom rose. This I dug up from my old house and brought here. And then you can see some of the oriental lilies are starting to bloom now. And so this is a very full bed that needs a lot of work right now because there's a lot of weeds in here. And then this is my raised vegetable bed. I've got beans and Italian frying tomatoes. I'm letting the Swiss chard go to seed. My tomatoes have not done well this year. I don't know why. We got too hot, then it got too cold. And I'm letting the broccoli kind of go away. I may pull that out soon. And then here's the, those are Thai hot peppers down here. I hope I'm getting it in the camera because I can't see what the camera is showing. And then I have serrano chilies down in here. And I have more serrano chilies over here. And I have lots of basil throughout the garden. The Italian tomatoes are doing well. I usually grow a couple of these plants every year for making some pizza sauce. So you can see they're doing well. And then here I have artichokes and blueberries back here, and all my herbs are here. So you can see I have, I finally got some bees. I didn't have any bees early on, which is why I don't have many tomatoes. But now, because the oregano is in bloom, I've got a lot of bees coming in the garden. And there's kale, one type of kale. There's some raspberries I planted last year, and the grapevine I planted this year. There's another lavender here, and sage, asparagus that I planted last year and this year. And I didn't cut anything this year, even though I could have in that front one. They were large enough to cut, but I wanted them to just get stronger. And so that's it for this bed. And there's the more, oh yeah, here's more kale here. And I've got some flowers interspersed in there. I've got cucumbers down here, more herbs, zucchini. I made zucchini bread this week. I just cut up a whole bunch of zucchini for a casserole. I've got the pole beans. I just put several packages of pole beans in the freezer this morning. So there are not too many beans showing on the vine here right now. But I've got 3 types of beans on this vine, this tower actually. And I've got back here some sweet peas. You can see if you see them back there. I'm not sure what the camera's picking up. And that here is a pepper, a hot pepper. And it's something that is used a great deal in tapas restaurants. And it's a pepper that's very unique in that some of the peppers on the plant are sweeter, and every once in a while it'll kick up a hot one. And that's natural to the plant. And this is my little small tomato plant this year. And I had enough tomatoes yesterday and the day before to make a pasta dinner for my friend Kay and I. And so we got more flowers here. I've got catnip over in here somewhere. And let's see, that's sorrel down here. It keeps wanting to go to seed, so I keep picking that off. And then here's another pepper plant. This one produces an orange pepper. And I put some beans in here, and it was supposed to be temporary, but they did so well, I kept them here. And let's see, and then this is another sad tomato plant here. Very sad. I don't know why. I've never had problems growing tomatoes, but this year has been terrible. And then little flowers. I have some marigolds in the garden to try to ward off the bugs. And another pepper plant. And this is my mint plant. I call this the mojita plant. Every year I just empty this because it gets so root bound, and then I just put fresh soil in and put just a few pieces of the mint in there, and by July it looks like this. Okay, so this is another area where I'm mixing different soils and compost. And then over here I have some cilantro seeds that I just planted about 2 weeks ago, and they're coming up in time. I'm letting the spinach go to seed, and so I'll be planting that later. And these are the only bushes that they left, are these 2 rhododendrons here, which have a beautiful red flower. And they left some of these, what I call that a junk bush. They're messy, they block the sun, and I've taken 2 out, and I'm going to take this one out next Friday. So that's about it. I've got, this is some stuff here that needs to still be planted. All these things still need planting. And these are some of the hollyhocks that I started from seed. And I planted 4 of these already. I've got more to plant. But I don't know when I'll be able to get out in the afternoon to plant because the smoke gets really bad. And I've done all my hand watering this morning, so I'm only out here to do a video for my page on YouTube. And this is my lemongrass. And this is again the hose, and I have all these work areas here. And this is one of my jasmines, which is now not in bloom. And then this is a seeding area, and I get very little time to sit out here. And if I'm sitting out here, it's usually because I'm mixing some of my organic fertilizers. And then I have, let's see, I have 2 hanging planters here. I hope this is taking them in. Yeah, there it is. I can see it. It's so funny. It's trying to see on this viewfinder. I really don't know what I'm photographing, and I'm just taking a chance that something's coming up. Okay, this is the other jasmine, and you see this one still has some flowers. This was the later bloomer because it gets a little less sun. So anyway, that's it for my little garden area. So I'll just do one quick run through from here. Okay. And so you can see the whole span of the garden. And that's it. So time for me to get back in the house and pay some bills. So hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. Bye-bye now.